Diddy and his lawyers have made an increased push to try to get freed. I'm not going to lie. It's looking really good for him. And actually, after hitting the Second Circuit, or actually the Court of Appeals, but the circuit courts in federal, court, Diddy's appeal for overturning his sentence is looking good. Okay, if you don't know, Diddy was actually sentenced to about 5 years, but he was only convicted of one crime, which was being guilty of 2 counts of prostitution, violation of the Mann Act, which is, I believe it's 1910 or 1914. It was established, which was it was called the White Slave Transport Law or something of the sort. Basically, it kind of also addresses sex trafficking slightly, but it's more like prostitution, right? It's prostitution. It's not forced labor. It's prostitution. So if you bring someone across state lines for sex work, that would be violation of the Mann Act. Anyway, he was found guilty of those 2. Acquitted on sex trafficking charges, acquitted on racketeering charges, acquitted on all of the overt acts and also the predicate offenses in the RICO charge, which those could have carried up to life. So they only got him on some prostitution charge, and they gave him 5 years. Well, he appealed it. Why? Because in the history of time, nobody's ever gotten 5 years for that. Not to mention, again, yes, it is up to the judge's discretion, Judge Arun Subramanian, who presided over the case. But also, you have to remember this. Diddy's the only nigga that went to jail for paying, not even for pussy, for paying for dick. And here's the funny part about it. He paid for the prostitutes that he never fucked. It's like a riddle me this. The first man to go to jail for prostitution, but he never fucked the prostitutes. And then the first person who got sent to jail for paying for dick, not pussy. That's crazy. So he's been trying to explain his case. Alexandra Shapiro is his appellate lawyer. Still has the same team, though. She's doing an amazing job. Apparently, according to the people who sat and listened to her give an oral argument today, it looked really well. And it looks like the appellate division, the circuit court, if you don't know how that works, it's a panel of judges. I believe there's 3 judges in this particular case. So there's 3 judges at that level, and they all listen to the argument. Remember, you're not arguing the case over again. Usually you're arguing procedural things. You're arguing that maybe the trial was unfair. You're arguing errors. You're not arguing guilty or not guilty. That was already taken care of. So they're particularly targeting the conviction, and they're particularly also targeting the sentence. Obviously, if you don't know, Diddy's currently slated to be released, I believe, in 2028. And really, it's about 2 years from now, but it is looking like they might move it up even more, and you never know. Diddy might walk free this week. You never know, okay? Well, we'll get to all those stuff. You guys tell me where you want to start. What do y'all want to start, man? Yes, if the appellate court kind of gets their way, or if Diddy gets his way in appellate court, I think that his sentence would be significantly shortened, or if they look towards maybe some type of option where Diddy gets a reduction in sentence, and this reduction would look like more of what is seen with other inmates. If you don't know, Diddy was arrested. We could Google it. When was Diddy arrested in New York? He was arrested in 2024, which means, he's been locked up for a year and a half. Okay. He's been locked up for a year and a half. And through that year and a half period where he's been locked up, if you look back at the normal, what is the average sentence for violation of Mann Act? The average sentence, even though it goes up to 10 years, there was no 5-year minimum, and I believe some people see like 2 to 3. Obviously these attorney, a lot of times you'll see like 2 years. So he's coming up on 2 years already. So if it gets a reduction, we're probably thinking that he's gonna be free soon.